Introduction: A Journey of Hope, Battling Stomach Cancer. In the heart of a small, close-knit community, nestled among rolling hills and tranquil meadows, there lived a man named John. His life, much like the picturesque landscape that surrounded his home, was once filled with simple joys and cherished moments with his beloved family. Days were spent tending to the garden, sharing laughter over home-cooked meals, and watching the sun dip below the horizon, casting a warm, golden glow over their modest abode. Yet, as the pages of life's story often unfold, change is an inevitable companion. Slowly and insidiously, an uninvited guest began to creep into John's life, casting shadows over his days of contentment. His unwavering vitality dwindled into fatigue, his hearty appetite waned into indifference, and his robust frame began to wither away. The man who once radiated vigor and vitality was now but a shadow of his former self. It was the subtle signals of distress and the deep concern etched on the faces of his family that spurred John into action. Realizing that something was amiss, he embarked on a journey, not into the distant unknown, but into the realm of medical scrutiny and hope. This journey would lead him to the compassionate, capable hands of Dr. Smith, a dedicated physician whose mission was to heal and restore. In this tale of resilience and triumph, we delve into the unfolding chapters of John's life as he confronts the sinister specter of stomach cancer. Together with his family, he navigates the labyrinthine corridors of medical diagnosis, treatment, and recovery. We witness the indomitable spirit of a man determined to overcome adversity, the unwavering love of a family that stands steadfast through the darkest of times, and the expertise of a medical professional committed to illuminating the path to recovery. Through 7 chapters, each brimming with hope, challenges, and the strength of the human spirit, we follow John's arduous yet inspiring journey. From the initial concern that prompted his doctor's visit to the eventual return to the embrace of his family, this story is a testament to the power of resilience, the importance of early detection, and the profound impact of dedicated medical care. So, dear reader, journey with us into the heart of this compelling narrative as we unveil the story of John, a man who, despite the looming shadow of stomach cancer, found the light of hope, healing, and the enduring love of his family along the way.
Chapter 1: The Concern. Once upon a time, in a serene corner of the world, there resided a man named John. Nestled in the heart of a charming, tight-knit community, John's life was a reflection of simplicity, where joy was found in the everyday moments shared with his cherished family. The days unfolded gently, much like the rolling hills and tranquil meadows that surrounded their cozy home. However, as the wheel of time ceaselessly turned, it ushered in a phase of unwelcome change. Like a subtle whisper, an insidious presence began to cast its shadow over John's idyllic existence. It started with a persistent weariness that clung to him like a heavy cloak, rendering his once energetic steps sluggish and labored. The joy he once derived from hearty meals gradually ebbed away, replaced by a disinterested apathy toward food. What was most alarming, though, was the rapid vanishing act his once robust frame seemed to be performing, shedding weight at an alarming rate. These disquieting symptoms did not go unnoticed by John's family. The worry lines etched deep into their brows mirrored their concern for his well-being. It was as if an invisible storm had begun to churn within their serene haven, leaving them bewildered and anxious. Their gentle inquiries about John's health often met with reassurances that he was merely going through a phase of fatigue and stress. Yet, the signs persisted, and the worry grew. John, too, couldn't escape the gnawing sense that something was amiss. The simple pleasures of life that once defined his days seemed distant and elusive. Instead, he found himself entangled in a web of fatigue, appetite loss, and weight loss, unable to break free. As the days turned into weeks, John's concern deepened. The once vibrant colors of his life began to fade into muted shades of uncertainty. It was at this critical juncture, when the foundations of his well-being seemed to crumble, that he took a momentous decision. A decision that would propel him into the labyrinthine corridors of medical investigation and hope. It was time to seek the counsel of a trusted expert, to unravel the mystery behind these distressing changes, and to reclaim the vibrant hues of his life that had slowly but surely dimmed. And so, dear reader, with concern etched on his heart and the support of his loving family, John embarked on a journey, the first step of which would lead him to the compassionate and capable hands of Dr. Smith, a dedicated physician whose mission was to uncover the truth and guide John through the trials and tribulations that lay ahead. This journey, filled with uncertainty yet buoyed by determination, would reveal the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring power of hope. Chapter 2: The Doctor's Visit. With each passing day, John's concern for his declining health grew more profound. The weariness that clung to his every step, the diminishing appetite, and the relentless weight loss were no longer mere passing inconveniences but persistent shadows that loomed over his life. One morning, as the sun cast its warm, golden rays upon his family's peaceful abode, John made a pivotal decision. He realized that he could no longer dismiss his symptoms as the byproduct of everyday fatigue and stress. It was time to seek the counsel of a medical professional, to unravel the enigma that was stealing away his vitality. He picked up the phone and made the appointment. The date arrived swiftly, and with a heart heavy with both apprehension and hope, John stepped into the clinic. The waiting room was filled with a mosaic of faces, each carrying their own stories of ailments and concerns. It was a reminder that he was not alone in his journey toward answers. As John's name was called, he entered the doctor's office. There, he met Dr. Smith, a physician with a demeanor that radiated warmth and empathy. Dr. Smith's office was adorned with diplomas and framed photographs, a testament to his years of dedicated service to the art of healing. John began to recount his story, sharing the intricate details of his decline with Dr. Smith. Every word was an effort, every symptom a revelation of the battle his body was silently waging. Dr. Smith listened with utmost care, his eyes never leaving John's face. He knew that beneath the surface of these symptoms lay a profound concern that demanded their attention. With great compassion, Dr. Smith assured John that he was in good hands. He recognized that something was amiss, and his commitment to uncovering the truth was unwavering. Instead of rushing to conclusions, the doctor asked thoughtful questions, delving deeper into John's medical history and family background. These pieces of the puzzle, he understood, would be critical in deciphering the mystery that had taken hold of John's health. After a thorough discussion, Dr. Smith decided that further investigation was necessary. He reassured John that they would work together to find the answers he sought. The doctor's approach was not just rooted in his medical expertise, it was also grounded in his genuine concern for his patient's well-being. As John left the clinic that day, he carried with him a sense of relief that, finally, his concerns were being taken seriously. Dr. Smith's kindness and commitment had lit a glimmer of hope in what had felt like an endless tunnel of uncertainty. Little did John know that this visit was merely the beginning of a journey that would unveil both challenges and triumphs, ultimately leading him toward healing and recovery.
Chapter 3: The Tests Begin. John's visit to Dr. Smith had marked a crucial turning point in his quest to unravel the mystery behind his declining health. With great care and concern, Dr. Smith had listened to John's story, and now it was time to take the next vital step, the journey into the realm of medical investigation. Understanding that a comprehensive approach was necessary to unveil the root cause of John's symptoms, Dr. Smith began by ordering a series of tests. These tests would serve as diagnostic tools, illuminating the path toward a clearer understanding of what was afflicting John. The first of these tests were blood tests. John was led to the clinic's laboratory, where a skilled technician gently drew vials of his blood. It was a routine yet essential procedure, one that would reveal valuable insights into his overall health. Dr. Smith explained that these blood tests would help identify any abnormalities or irregularities in John's blood composition. Days passed as John anxiously awaited the results. During this time, he found himself pondering the possibilities, grappling with a mixture of hope and trepidation. The blood tests, he knew, would be the first step in unveiling the truth that had eluded him for so long. When the call finally came, Dr. Smith shared the results with John. While some markers were within the normal range, others raised concerns. It was clear that the blood tests alone would not provide a definitive answer. The doctor's resolve remained unwavering, and he assured John that they would continue their pursuit of clarity. The next test in line was an ultrasound. John was scheduled for this procedure to obtain a closer look at his stomach. As he lay on the examination table, a skilled technician moved a small ultrasound device across his abdomen. The machine emitted gentle, high-pitched sounds that bounced off his internal organs, creating detailed images on a screen. Dr. Smith studied these images with meticulous attention. The ultrasound offered a glimpse into the structure of John's stomach, revealing whether there were any visible abnormalities or irregularities. The room remained quiet, save for the soft hum of the machine, as the doctor and technician diligently performed their duties. Once again, the results yielded important information but did not provide a definitive diagnosis. Dr. Smith remained focused and empathetic, ensuring that John understood the necessity of these steps in their journey toward answers. It was a testament to the doctor's dedication and commitment that he refused to rush to conclusions, opting instead to follow the path of thorough investigation. Finally, Dr. Smith scheduled a gastroscopy, a procedure that would take them deeper into the heart of the matter. During a gastroscopy, a thin tube equipped with a tiny camera is inserted through the mouth and into the stomach. It allows for a direct visual examination of the stomach lining and the ability to capture images that would otherwise remain hidden. As John prepared for this procedure, he couldn't help but feel a mixture of anticipation and apprehension. It was a pivotal moment in their quest for answers, and he was ready to face it with determination. In the quiet, sterile environment of the procedure room, Dr. Smith and his team performed the gastroscopy. With the help of the camera, they carefully explored the inner workings of John's stomach, capturing images that would prove to be invaluable in understanding the root cause of his symptoms. With each passing test, John's journey toward clarity and healing grew more profound. The path was not without its challenges, but he was bolstered by the unwavering dedication of Dr. Smith and the medical team. Little did they know that the clues gathered from these tests would soon unlock the door to a crucial revelation, one that would set the stage for the next chapter in their quest to overcome the shadow of uncertainty that had clouded John's life.
Chapter 4: The Diagnosis. The days following John's battery of tests were marked by an almost unbearable sense of anticipation. Each tick of the clock seemed to echo louder in John's mind as he anxiously awaited the results that held the key to unlocking the mystery of his deteriorating health. His family, too, was gripped by a profound and shared sense of unease, their quiet moments filled with unspoken fears. Finally, the day arrived when the weight of uncertainty would be lifted, revealing a truth that would forever alter the course of John's life. Dr. Smith, ever compassionate and steadfast, invited John and his family into his office. The atmosphere was heavy with both hope and trepidation as they gathered together. With utmost care and sensitivity, Dr. Smith delivered the news that had been discovered through the exhaustive battery of tests. He spoke gently, choosing his words with the precision of a surgeon, mindful of the impact they would have on John and his family. The truth, however painful, had to be shared. "John," he began, his voice steady and kind, "I have carefully reviewed all the test results, and I want to be completely honest with you. It appears that you have stomach cancer." The words hung heavily in the air, casting a somber pall over the room. John's heart sank as he absorbed the weight of this life-altering diagnosis. His family, too, felt the weight of the moment, their faces etched with shock and sorrow. Dr. Smith continued to explain the nature of the diagnosis, providing details about the type and stage of the cancer. He assured them that they were not alone in this journey and that they would tackle this formidable adversary together as a united front. John and his family had a multitude of questions, their minds racing with concerns about what lay ahead. Dr. Smith patiently addressed each query, offering clarity and reassurance whenever possible. He outlined the treatment options that would be explored and the roadmaps to recovery that could lead to a brighter future. Tears were shed, fears were voiced, and emotions ran high in that small office. But amidst the turmoil, there was an unspoken understanding that they would face this challenge together, with Dr. Smith as their beacon of knowledge and hope, and with the love and support of family serving as their unbreakable foundation. As they left Dr. Smith's office that day, John's heart was heavy, yet there was also a glimmer of determination in his eyes. The diagnosis was a formidable adversary, but it had brought forth a strength and resilience that he never knew he possessed. With the guidance of his compassionate doctor and the unwavering support of his family, John was prepared to embark on a journey filled with uncertainty, but one that held the promise of hope and healing. In Chapter 5, we will delve into the treatment plan that Dr. Smith recommended, shedding light on the steps John would need to take to confront and conquer his stomach cancer.
Chapter 5: The Treatment Plan. The diagnosis of stomach cancer had cast a shadow of uncertainty over John's life, but it had also illuminated a path forward, a path paved with a treatment plan carefully crafted by Dr. Smith, their beacon of knowledge and hope. In the days that followed the somber revelation of John's condition, the medical team, led by Dr. Smith, gathered John and his family once more to outline the journey they were about to embark upon. With a calm and reassuring demeanor, Dr. Smith began to explain the treatment plan. He understood that it was crucial for John and his family to grasp the steps that lay ahead, to find solace in knowledge, and to draw strength from the understanding that they were not alone in this battle. "John," Dr. Smith began, "we have a clear path forward to confront this cancer. Our first step will be surgery. We'll aim to remove the cancerous part of your stomach, which will help us ensure that the disease does not spread further." Surgery was a daunting prospect, but Dr. Smith's confidence in the procedure was evident. He went on to explain the specifics of the surgical process, the team of skilled surgeons who would be involved, and the preparations that John would need to undertake before the operation. The room was filled with questions, and John's family leaned in, eager to understand the details of what lay ahead. Dr. Smith answered each query with patience and clarity, providing reassurance that they would be supported at every stage. But the journey did not end with surgery. Dr. Smith continued, "After the surgery, we'll need to make absolutely sure that all the cancer cells are gone. To do that, we'll proceed with chemotherapy." Chemotherapy, a word laden with both hope and apprehension, was a vital component of the treatment plan. Dr. Smith explained how chemotherapy worked, its potential side effects, and the importance of adhering to the prescribed treatment schedule. Throughout the discussion, Dr. Smith emphasized the positive aspects of the treatment plan. He assured John and his family that the medical team had seen success with similar cases, and that they would provide unwavering support and care throughout the journey. There was a glimmer of hope, a promise of a brighter future, and the belief that together they could conquer this formidable adversary. As they left the meeting, John and his family carried with them a sense of purpose. The road ahead was arduous, but it was also illuminated by the knowledge that they had a dedicated doctor and a supportive medical team by their side. Dr. Smith's treatment plan offered a lifeline, a chance to reclaim a life free from the shadow of cancer. In Chapter 6, we will join John as he faces the challenges of treatment, and we will witness the resilience and determination that would define his journey to recovery.
Chapter 6: Facing the Challenges. The day of John's surgery arrived, marking a pivotal moment in his journey toward healing. The operating room, a sterile and bustling place, became the battleground where they would confront the insidious presence of stomach cancer. With the guidance of Dr. Smith, a skilled surgical team set to work, their mission clear: to remove the cancerous part of John's stomach and pave the way for recovery. The surgery was a significant undertaking, and its aftermath was not to be underestimated. John awoke in the recovery room, surrounded by the soft hum of medical equipment and the vigilant eyes of the caring nursing staff. The pain was sharp, and the path to recovery seemed daunting. But through the haze of discomfort, John clung to the knowledge that this was a necessary step in his journey toward healing. Days turned into weeks as John's body slowly healed. The support of his family was an unwavering beacon of hope during this challenging period. They stood by his side, offering words of encouragement, lending a hand when needed, and providing the love that buoyed his spirits. Yet, the road to recovery had not yet reached its end. Chemotherapy, the next chapter in John's treatment plan, brought its own set of trials. It was a powerful tool in the fight against cancer, but it came at a cost. The treatment made John feel weak and sick at times, testing his resilience in ways he could have never imagined. There were moments when the weight of fatigue seemed unbearable, when the prospect of another round of chemotherapy induced a sense of apprehension. But John was not alone on this journey. Dr. Smith and the medical team monitored his progress closely, adjusting the treatment as needed to minimize discomfort and side effects. The chemotherapy room, with its rows of reclining chairs and the quiet camaraderie of patients battling their own illnesses, became a place of both solace and strength. John found inspiration in the courage of those around him, and the shared experience forged a bond of understanding among the patients. Throughout the challenges, the unwavering care and expertise of Dr. Smith provided a sense of stability and hope. His guidance served as a constant reminder that they were on the right path, and that the trials they faced were steps toward a brighter future. The support of family and the determination of John himself were the cornerstones of his resilience. They were the reasons he persevered through the difficulties of treatment, always keeping their eyes on the ultimate goal, freedom from the grip of cancer. As the days turned into months, John's strength began to return, slowly but surely. He started to regain his appetite, put on some weight, and his energy levels improved. The regular checkups with Dr. Smith and the medical team showed that the cancer was in retreat. John was on the path to recovery. Chapter 6 was a testament to the power of determination, the strength of familial love, and the importance of skilled medical care. Despite the formidable challenges, John's spirit remained unbroken, and the beacon of hope burned brightly on his journey to reclaiming his life.
Chapter 7: The Road to Recovery. As the seasons changed and the calendar pages turned, the story of John's battle against stomach cancer continued to evolve. Months passed, each day marked by incremental improvements in his health. The challenges of surgery and chemotherapy had tested his endurance, but John's spirit remained unyielding, and his determination to reclaim his life never wavered. One of the most significant signs of progress was the gradual return of his appetite. The simple pleasure of savoring a meal with his family, once an elusive dream, became a reality. Each bite was a reminder of his journey, a testament to his resilience, and a celebration of life's precious moments. John's weight, which had dwindled during the darkest days of his illness, began to stabilize and even increase. The mirror, once a source of concern, now reflected a healthier and more vibrant version of himself. It was as though the vitality that had been temporarily stolen by cancer was making a triumphant return. Regular checkups with Dr. Smith were a cornerstone of John's recovery. These appointments were more than medical examinations, they were markers of progress and symbols of hope. During these visits, Dr. Smith carefully monitored John's health, looking for any signs of cancer's lingering presence. The scans and tests revealed what everyone had hoped for: the cancer was gone. The words, "You are cancer-free," spoken by Dr. Smith, were a profound balm to John's soul. The weight that had burdened his heart for so long finally lifted. His eyes sparkled with tears of joy, and a radiant smile graced his face. It was a moment of triumph, a victory over adversity, and a testament to the power of human resilience. John was overwhelmed with gratitude to Dr. Smith, whose expertise and unwavering dedication had guided him through the darkest hours of his life, to the medical team who had supported him every step of the way, and, most importantly, to his family, whose love and support had been his anchor during the storm. The journey had been long and arduous, filled with uncertainty and challenges, but it had also been a journey of hope and redemption. It had taught John and his family the value of resilience, the importance of early detection, and the strength that could be found in the bonds of love and support. As John stood on the threshold of a new beginning, he knew that he was forever changed by his experience. He cherished each day as a gift, relishing the simple pleasures of life with newfound appreciation. The warmth of the sun on his face, the laughter around the dinner table, and the love of his family were now treasures beyond measure. In the end, John's story became an inspiration to many, a testament to the indomitable human spirit, the power of medical science, and the enduring bonds of family. It was a story of hope, of triumph over adversity, and a reminder that, even in the face of life's greatest challenges, the human heart can find the strength to heal and to thrive once more.